Welcome back to Roni's Remedy. I'm Roni, and I have all your life's remedies. So today, my guest is so hard to get on the show and track down. She is insanely busy, and I feel so special that you said yes. So this is Berenice Diaz.
Hi, everyone.
She's the owner of Strong Beginnings. We here in Yuma kind of all know what that is because we all know about the Walk for Autism, which you started,
Yes.
right? Like in your brain?
I started it in my heart and then it went to my brain. But yes, in 2017, going back in 2014, I started Strong Beginnings.
Yeah. And wait, hold on. So if you live under a rock here in Yuma and you don't know what that is, what is Strong Beginnings?
Strong Beginnings is a clinical behavioral health agency, and we work specifically with children with autism.
Yes.
We provide a ABA therapy, which when a child is diagnosed, they are typically referred out to different therapies, ABA, speech, OT, counseling, whatever that may be.
Okay.
In 2014, I moved back from Florida,
Okay.
Military wife, we traveled a lot. And I passed my exam and I could not find a job because there was no provider in the area that I could apply with, local provider.
Sure.
So I worked at a local agency. I was pregnant with my third child. I have 3 amazing children.
Yes, your daughters.
Yes,
all girls.
all
She's
girls,
a girl mom.
All girls. And I couldn't find a job, right? So I had
Why do you think that is?
It was a fairly small town.
Yeah.
It was a fairly new field.
Okay.
The
ABA field.
The ABA field.
Sure.
I wanted to be a speech therapist at the time. And so I started researching, well, how can I start a business? How can I, get credentialed and all of that? So we did.
Okay.
It took about a year. I established Strong Beginnings. In 2015, I had my first client, and I provided in-home. And it's been 11 years, and we have transitioned to different locations, and now we have, we have 2 buildings. But
well, you have your place here, and I think I remember because we met before on a previous radio show. I remember you talking about Texas.
Yes.
You're like franchised now.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, with Texas, that it did close down.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay, but we don't have to put that.
Yeah, it did close down. So, and it's because of the credentialing and just the contracts. They weren't giving us the contracts, but
you have it here.
But I have it here.
Yes.
So I established in 2014, and I started seeing my first client in 2015. We've grown. In 2017, I felt like there was such a disconnect, with the community and the agencies and the resources. So I did the first autism event.
Okay, it wasn't a walk yet.
It wasn't a walk yet. And it was ourselves and a local speech therapist, and we had 20 people show up. I was over the moon.
You're like, that's a lot. Yeah, I'd be like, this is a great turnout.
So then we continued that 2018. In 2019, I decided to add more stuff to my plate, and establish it into a walk.
Okay.
I've always had a great team behind me. My husband is obviously a big part of my team, and all of my staff.
Yeah.
And we established the Walk for Autism in 2019. We had about 250 people show up, which was
like for a first walk.
First walk.
That's a lot.
And 2020 happened. Obviously, everybody's life changed, and started back up in 2023. This year, 2026, we had over about 1,200 people.
That's crazy. So I was there.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just go. Let's go. And like the walk, okay, it was hard. I didn't think it'd be that hard.
No, it's
I'm like, am I that out of shape? But it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
And you had so many booths and just so many people coming to support. It was great. I had a great time.
It's just a great community event. It's a no judgment zone.
Exactly.
Families are able to come in and see, hey, there's more of us here. I'm not alone in this journey.
Yeah, and then they can connect.
They can
connect. Because as I like, none of my kids are autistic or have any sort of anything, but like I can imagine if your children do, like you really want to try to connect with those other families to understand it. But even as a mom of like normal, even though they're crazy, like my kids, you know, like I still need that other mom, those other moms to rely on. I still need the support of the community, because just being at home with them can just drive you crazy.
Yeah, and I think motherhood in itself is very hard.
Yeah.
And I think as humans, we always need that human connection and interaction and that feeling of belonging, right? So I feel that one of the things that my main goal was to provide that to the families. And the main purpose of that event is to bring the resources that are out in the community. You know, we've had other ABA providers, we have speech therapists, we have, you know, counseling support groups. So it's really about bringing that into the community and showing the people we're here for you, you know, the families, you know, connecting, networking, and just being able to, I think awareness is already there. There's already enough awareness. We know autism exists.
Yes.
I think at this point is really about accepting it and being able to include and provide and create an inclusive community.
Yes.
Because there's
not
no
exclusive.
Awareness can only go so so far, right? I think it's really creating that inclusion for our families. And I mean, that's been my goal, and that's going to continue.
Well, you're reaching it.
Yeah. And that's actually through the Strong Beginnings Project, nonprofit.
Okay, yeah, you have all these things. So then you got the nonprofit going. You've got the ABA therapy. You've got the walk. I mean, what do you do in your spare time? Just sleep?
I go crazy at home.
You got your 3 daughters.
I have an amazing support system.
Yeah.
My husband, he's retired, so that really helps out a lot. He's amazing with the girls, and but I think I'm slowly learning that I also need to slow down a bit. You know, I think as a mother, I'm
we
also
put a lot
a
on
mother.
our plates.
Yeah, we do.
I got about like 80,000 irons in the fire right now, and I'm like, wait, what's today? Where am I? Thank goodness for my calendar. But like, you just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at work, I have a great team.
Yeah.
At home, I have a great team. My parents, my daughter, my oldest, actually graduated, and she'll be leaving to school, to college this fall. So I've been kind of struggling with
You're like,
that.
my baby.
But you know, it happens. It's part of life.
Exactly. Like, and I've always thought that with the kids too. Yeah, it's great, and I love being a mom, but my job is to really like have them fly. You know, they shouldn't be home with me.
I don't want her to fly.
Selfishly, but that's normal. You're like, no. Oh no, something happened. You have to stay.
No, she's a great kid. She graduated, you know, with her associates as well. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Yeah, she's good. I think
I love that.
she'll do great.
Yeah, it'll be sad. You have your other 2 still.
I do.
They're like, Mom, what about?
I know. I mean, I love that they're there, and I'm trying to convince them to do online school, you know, because there's no need to leave.
I know, just stay home forever.
Yeah.
But they're not ours to keep. They're ours to watch grow, and then we'll always be mom.
Very bittersweet.
It is, exactly. It's like such a rewarding job, and it's like heartbreaking at the same time, because you just love them so much, and you don't want anything to happen to them. It's the protectiveness. It is, you know. But you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. I try. You know,
you're like, sometimes I don't feel that way,
which is normal. See what goes, you know, what happens behind closed doors. Totally. But yeah, you know, Me too. And you know, I'm business owner, mother, but at the end of the day, I'm human, and I have all these emotions, and
we have breakdowns.
Yeah. Happens. It's normal.
Exactly. Okay. Well, we'll come back into how people can get a hold of you at the end. So thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I just wanted everyone to know all the awesome things that you do for the community, and you're here to help.
Yes.
Always. So now we're going to get into the genie, the genie in there that always finds the right question. So go ahead. So you're just going to read it, and we'll answer it together. Okay. So it's random. You don't know what you're.
Okay. It says, question. Ooh, I've been dating someone for a few months, but they still keep their dating apps active. I deleted all of mine. When I bring it up to her, she says she loves me, but wants to keep her options open. I feel like she's playing mind games with me, and I don't know if I need to break it off. Any suggestions? Feeling played.
Ooh. So what's the first thing? I always ask what's the first thing that comes to your mind? And do you have any experience with this?
I don't have experience with dating apps.
Me neither.
You know, I think I've been married for 19 years, and I don't think there were dating apps back in the day. But first of all, I think if you are, I'm very old school, where I don't assume that I'm 19 years ago. You know, I did not assume that I was dating if I did not hear the word do you want to be my girlfriend?
It wasn't
It
official.
wasn't
You
official.
were going steady.
I was not gonna pretend we were dating when we were not. But I think once you get into, I think it's very different nowadays. I think dating in this time is very kind of like a lot of assumptions going on. But I feel that if you are dating someone or, exclusively, I think it's comes down to that respect, right? Come down to that respect and commitment, if you are wanting to keep things open, then I think that,
but that should be agreed on both ends. Like if you do want to have an open relationship, then your partner needs to also be like, yeah, I'm cool with an open relationship. Meaning we're not really committed to each other.
We're not.
We're not. We're just having fun.
Yeah, and if it's a two-way thing, everybody does what they want to do. But I think if one side really wants that commitment, I think this is not the right person.
Yeah. And I know it's rough to say that, isn't it? Like I get all these questions. Like, I get these questions. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to answer this? Like without being mean or hurting, but
it's surprising that it's the girl that is very wanting to keep the apps and options open.
So she obviously, but it's just like you're saying, I don't feel like she's necessarily playing mind games, because she was honest and says, I want to keep my options open instead of hiding it. Like she wasn't like, oh, hiding the dating apps or doing that. She was just open about it. Like, no, I do want to keep an open relationship. So I'm going to keep my dating. At least she was honest about it. But
honesty does not take away the respect, right? Just because you're honest, it doesn't mean that you're not going to
hurt that
disrespect or hurt that person.
And they've only been dating a few months.
Yeah.
The dating apps. So
that's a red flag.
I hear the dating apps are a disaster. Like you said, I wouldn't know. Because I was in this like crazy long relationship from 18 to 28 when I lived in Phoenix. And then we split up. And then I got with my now husband. But I was never into the dating apps. I never wanted to. I thought they were weird. I've never even really liked social media, so I was just like, but yeah, anytime I talk to a friend, they're like, it's horrible.
Yeah. I watch a lot of documentaries and
murder.
Yeah. So, no.
No, you don't like the murder documentary?
No, I do. That's what I'm saying. Like if I was to ever no. I mean,
but that's not going to happen. You're going to be married forever.
I've married for 19 years. And,
I know.
And as as time passes, I think, I think a lot of it really has to do with, us growing closer to God. And that's really changed our mindset and our views in marriage. And, and it's marriage are a struggle, and here. But if you're just dating and these things are already happening,
it's over already.
It's a red flag.
I totally agree. I think that's even what I wrote back. Like, this is nothing serious. She's not taking you seriously. Go find somebody that does want to be in a committed relationship. It's just everyone feels like they need to just settle or grab the first one that gives them attention. It's not true because I've done that in the past. I've made my mistakes in relationships for sure. And now I've been married 7 years. So I definitely look up to you guys. And I remember thinking like, I should probably talk to Berenice about this marriage issue. You could probably give me good advice.
I think I think bottom line, you have to have that love for yourself because once you learn to love yourself, you'll know what to expect and from other people.
Agreed.
And I think that, even in marriages, love grows every day and you have to continue watering that. You really do.
I call it a flower. Yeah. I love that you said that.
And the grass is not always greener on the other side. You just got to focus on watering your own because the bottom line, you got to take care of what's yours and it goes both ways.
Yeah. And sometimes your flowers get weeds and you got to prune them and you go through growing phases. That's kind of like what we're going through. And it's like, but you're going to become stronger, at the end of this and no one's going anywhere. Like that's the commitment. That's the commitment.
He's stuck with me even if he wants to go.
I have the ring. We're stuck together forever. I'll get half the stuff if you leave me. No, I'm just kidding. Right. Okay, so here we go. Whee!
Leave them.
We just threw. All right. Let's pick another one. Let's see if we can get a different type of question.
Okay. I don't want to take our kids trick-or-treating this year. They are little, get tired of walking immediately, and are scared of all costumes. My husband says it's a family tradition, but I want to sit in the driveway and hand out candy. How can I sit this one out? Pass on the candy. I totally agree with you. I don't like going trick-or-treating.
It is such a trek.
It is. And I think what it is to me, I feel like social media has this expectation and parents feel so, especially mothers, I think, we feel like we're slacking, and because we're not doing all these cute little outfits and all these cute activities for these
Crafts.
holidays and
Yep.
crafts. And it's like, that's a curated, world you're seeing on social
That's right.
media. And yes, you want to give those, you want to create those traditions with your children, but why not start new traditions? Why not be the family that sits out and, parks at a table outside and, or do a trunk or treat, just sit in your car, my
Make it
kids
easy
are
on
older.
yourself.
Yeah, my kids are older, so
you probably haven't
we
gone trick-or-treating
we
in a
have
while.
not in a very long
How old's your
time.
youngest?
11.
Yeah, so is she like over it?
She's been over it, but I think it's because I haven't really done that tradition in terms, like, I think my oldest was probably like 8 or 9, and my little one was 2 or 3, but we typically just go down the street and then we hand out candy.
I love it, but like it's to each, like whatever works for you
Whatever
and your
works for
family. There's so
you.
much comparison.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the Joneses next door have an 80-foot skeleton. We have to get a 90, and like just the comparison of always fighting with each other. And like, I am so for what you're saying. It's okay to not do the same thing every year.
Every year.
Yeah. So
change it up.
yeah.
Compromise. It's all about compromise. Okay, this
Exactly.
year we're gonna sit, next year we'll walk,
or I'm all for that too.
or have a
We go trick-or-treating because the little ones are still little, but man, 30 minutes. I'm tired. My feet hurt. I'm like, okay, let's go home.
And they don't eat the candy. I just end up giving it out at the end of the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not a candy person.
I know, and I know.
And you just don't trust it? Or like
I think it's a combination. Initially it was just not trusting it, but I try to not let my little one, my girls are older, they're not really candy eaters, but I just like, there's no nutritional value in that.
You're speaking my language. We don't ever buy candy. We don't buy these things, but we have people that bring it over. And then I'm like, okay. So then I make my husband take it to the fire station.
I actually cleaned out my laundry room. And I found her Valentine's box that she had to create with all kinds of candy. So even her, like, I don't even think she cared for it.
I love that. I mean, there's
out.
nothing wrong with like a treat every once in a while, but like, exactly, we eat healthy. We try our best. We're definitely not perfect.
No red dye.
No red dye. That's what my husband says. He's like, no red dye. But yeah, that's a good question. It's okay to change things up. So just say, honey, this year we're gonna sit in the driveway and hand out candy.
Yeah.
And I'm tired.
Yeah. Or create new traditions.
Or why doesn't he take the child and you stay home maybe with one child or just chill by yourself? Yeah, this, like you said, it's compromise is so key.
Yeah, like we did it, and we just kind of went through our street and came back home. Like, I still allowed the little one to have that experience, because I didn't want to be labeled as the bad mom, but
you're like, I do care a little bit.
I do.
Yeah, we just don't want to hear it. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm just like, okay, I give up. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So I will compromise. I will bend a little bit. But next year we are not doing this.
And it's the same with Easter,
Oh my God, sorry, don't get me started.
So you just got to do
all
what works for your
holidays.
Family.
Okay, roll it up. Now you throw it at whatever camera you want.
Throw it out. I'll throw it out.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I liked your honesty. Seriously. About how you eat and the candy and just not having to give in to these universal traditions about why they are the way they are. It's like, well, why not change it up?
Yeah.
Like, and not be worried about it.
I can't give up Dr. Pepper though.
That's,
you like candy I can give up.
You're like, that's like my husband. He loves soda. And I'm like, I don't buy it. I hate soda. Like, I will, like, okay, I will drink it, but I don't buy it because I just know it's so bad for you, but he will like sneak it behind my face.
No, I will not give
that's your one non-negotiable.
I can't, and I've been better, but we all
have that one thing.
We all have that one thing, and Dr. Pepper's mine. So.
I like Dr. Pepper. I do. I will drink that or Coke.
Yeah.
All right. One more question. Maybe two. Oh, it's a short one.
It's still shaking.
It's all good.
How do you deal with betrayal in your childhood and adulthood? Keep getting burnt.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, let's pause. You don't have to get into details, but like, do you have that in your childhood or adulthood?
I think in not really betrayal in my childhood, but definitely people hurting me,
Yeah.
to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as a child, I don't think you have the capacity, at least in my experience, to understand and process
Mm-hmm.
until later in life,
Sure.
where we have a lot of adults with, um, childhood trauma and
Exactly.
the whole thing where, children are so resilient,
Mm-hmm.
they'll move past it. It's like, no, if
No.
they were, then we wouldn't have so many
Yeah.
adults going
I
through
had
therapy
issues
now,
growing up.
right?
If that was true, then I wouldn't have had those issues. I've had a lot of
Hmm.
abandonment in my
Yeah.
life. I've had a lot of being hurt and betrayal as a
Yeah.
child. And so I totally relate with this person. Like they're just wondering, how do I even get past this?
Yeah,
So,
I think I've learned a lot throughout the years.
mhm.
As my faith has grown, I've learned forgiveness. I think
Mm,
that, you can't change the what occurred. You
mhm.
can't change the fact that betrayal happened. But I think with me as an adult now, I always try and look at the good side in the people. Well,
Yeah.
why are they acting this way? Like,
Yeah.
why are they doing things to,
Hurt
let's say,
others.
hurt
Yeah.
others? And I try to empathize. And maybe people say that that's a flaw in me.
No.
But
Well, that's called empathy
yeah,
and compassion, and you're putting yourself in their shoes because what I've learned too is everybody's going through something.
yeah.
Like, and I can't take everything personally either. Like
Mhm.
if someone is really mean to me for no reason, I know I did nothing to them. They're going through something and I just hope that they get through it.
Yeah.
So that's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I
It's
mean,
love.
we all go through certain stages
Yeah.
in life, and that also changes our mood, right?
Yeah.
And our behavior. So
Yeah.
sometimes what we're going through affects how we respond to
That's right.
certain things. Things that we were able to tolerate in the past, we may not be
Mhm.
able to because of what's going on internally.
Mhm.
So you're right. Just, everybody's going through their own story.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more you empathize, the bring out the kindness,
Mhm.
because I've had very, dark days,
Yeah.
throughout my life.
Me too.
Obviously, I'm human, it
Of
happens.
course. Yeah.
And I kind of wish that some people would be a little more understanding to me.
Instead of judgmental.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I always try and give my best.
Mhm.
Now, I am the kind of person where if I end up cutting ties with you, I end up cutting
It's
ties with
it.
you.
You're done.
Yes, yes.
There's no going back.
There's no coming
Wow.
back. I think that's one thing, because when I'm at the point that I no longer feel
Yeah.
the need to be in your circle or you be in mine,
Mhm.
it's very easy for me to cut that cord.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
I don't know much about cancers. I really only know about mine. I'm an Aries.
Yeah.
Well, I know about some, but like that's actually very normal. I kind of feel the same. Like I give
Mhm.
people like 80,000 chances. I swear I
Mhm.
give them too many chances. And because I'm like you, I'm like, oh, they're going through something. They're
Mhm.
having a bad day. Oh, they keep stabbing me in the back. It's okay.
And I can take the pain, I can
Yeah.
take the hurt, and but some people can't, and I think the best
Hmm.
thing to do is, if you really need to, for this
Yeah.
person, I think it's just removing yourself to
Hmm.
some extent until you
Yes.
yourself can heal from whatever is
Yeah.
happening. And once that healing happens, you're able to
Hmm.
hopefully be able to make some kind of closure with that,
Exactly.
but some people don't deserve that closure.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. And I always say breaks are good. If
yeah.
someone is really being negative energy in your life, take a break. It doesn't
Mhm.
mean you'll never speak to them again, or it doesn't mean you're cutting them off for life. It's just I need a little bit of time
Yeah.
to process what's happening. To like, because once you get away from the sickness, your head clears.
Mhm.
And then you can look at it through like a different pair of glasses of like, oh, okay, they are going through this, or no, they're actually like not a good friend.
Yeah.
And so I've had to do that too, like cut off
Yeah.
some relationships, and I don't feel guilty about it, and I don't feel bad. I hope that they're okay. I
Yeah.
don't wish ill on
No.
anybody, but it's like self-love too, because it's like, well, why do I deserve to be treated like that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
So, and then I just think like, okay, am I being kind to everybody?
Yeah. And sometimes I feel, sometimes we're kind of not forced, but taught to dismiss how we feel for other people's feelings,
Yes. Hmm.
and that's something that I've hopefully teaching, my girls that,
Yeah.
your feelings are valid. And if something or someone makes you feel a certain way or takes out
Yes.
your happiness and
Yeah.
gives you this bad energy, you
Yep.
need to take that into consideration and
Yep.
make a change. Like you can't change them, but you can
Uh-uh.
change how you respond
Yeah, and
to
always
them.
follow that instinct.
Yeah.
Follow that's telling my oldest. He's 16. He's going to be 17. He's going to be wanting to go to the Air Force. Like I'm trying to hammer in all these like good life morals to
Yeah.
him, and like crash course, but follow your gut all the time. If you
Yeah.
feel this isn't a good person, follow. There's a reason, and it's okay to not talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Like we talk about, we're kind of hermits at home. I really
Yeah.
enjoy being at home.
I
I'm
have.
like, party? What? I don't party.
No, I'm in bed by 8:39
I
and
love it.
I am home on the weekend
Me
and
too.
it's,
We don't even live far away from each other. And I'm
yeah,
like, maybe we should hang out someday. And then we just like never leave our houses.
yeah, it takes me a long time to, yeah.
Yeah,
People don't believe that I'm an introverted person, but I really am.
me too.
I feed off of being alone. I love
Mhm.
being alone and
It's your
obviously
safe
with my
space
family, it's
too.
my safe space.
And you
Yeah.
want to appreciate your kids and your girls and your
Mhm.
husband. It's like that's your what do they call it? Like your nuclear
Yeah,
family. I love being home with my kids. I
me too.
absolutely love it. So no, I can't go to this place or that. I don't care. And I will say no. Back in the day, I used to always say yes
Yeah.
because they're going to be mad at me if I don't go. Now I'm like, okay, be mad.
Now I do plans on my extroverted seconds,
Okay.
kind of like this.
And I'm so glad you said yes. I knew that you were gonna have really good, deep answers because you are like a therapist,
Thank you.
but you have a lot of life experience. That's what I'm looking for because I feel like that's the best teacher
Yeah.
is life.
And I'm still learning. I mean,
Me
we
too.
still learn, and I think we should be open to really accept, the changes. I think right now,
Mhm.
and I've been seeing this a lot on social media where they say, a woman in their 40s is like a teenager in their
It's the new
16s. It's the
egg.
new puberty, and it's so true. I am going through these changes in my life, and I am starting to see things so
Yeah.
differently.
Are
I
you in
think
your 40s? Do you mind if I
I am
ask?
going to be 42 this
Oh,
coming month.
I just turned 40. I'm in the same club.
Yep, and I think
Yeah.
it's
I feel like I'm barely hitting adulthood, like maturing, because I'm
mhm,
like, man, my 20s were a crap show. 30s, I learned a lot. And
mhm,
now I'm actually putting that knowledge to use,
yeah,
I feel. But it's a learning process,
yeah,
like every day. Some days I'm really cool, and sometimes I'm a wreck.
yeah. No, yeah, my 30s gave me anxiety. That's my
You
30s
look
is
back,
what,
you're like, oh my
yeah,
God.
it's like that's what gave me anxiety. And my 40s, I am looking forward
Hmm.
to healing and,
Yes.
I think
Hmm.
slowing down.
Yeah. And you have
Um,
such calm energy though. So I feel like you are changing. You calm me down. I'm really high strung and I
you shouldn't
worry a
see me
lot.
at work or at home.
Sure, you're a different person. You're like, do this, do that, do that.
It's just
No.
so much to do that
Yeah.
I'm never, but
That's why today
again,
almost didn't happen. She's like, wait, I didn't know I'm like double booked. I'm like, oh my
yes,
gosh, here we go.
I have a gap, but not the time
I
you want
have
me
an
to.
hour gap in my life for you.
Yes.
Let's do this.
But and that's part of me. I'm trying to really just slow down.
Me
And again,
too.
I feel like this is what I do when I am on my alone time.
Yeah.
I'll read but this is a one way that I can
Yeah. Me too. And it's
calm.
nice to be away from the kids sometimes, get that
Hmm.
little bit of like, because mine are little still. She just turned 5 last weekend.
Hmm.
I have an 8-year-old, and then the older one's 16, who really is just like a roommate, at this
Yeah.
point. And he's driving, and that's a whole other level of scary, where I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I have to trust you to go places. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Because I know what I was doing at 16, but he's not. Because
He's
I'm
not.
actually like involved and like check his phone and see what's going on
Yeah.
with his life and keep that door open,
Yeah.
always with him. Doesn't mean he's never hidden stuff. That's just a normal
Yeah.
teenager thing. And then but with the little ones, yeah, I am just enjoy being with them, but they can be draining too, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, they could be draining. I think
Hmm.
their problems are our problems.
Yeah.
And, it's the mental as they get older, just thinking about my girl leaving away to
Mm.
college, it's like I'm not there to protect her. And,
Yes.
I keep, mom thoughts. I have intrusive thoughts and,
We all do.
and it's just, having to go through that transition.
Yes.
And I want to be as available as I can to her. And I think that that's where my mindset is
Yeah.
changing, having that flexibility
Yep.
to.
And you've already said, like, you can't change people. She needs to experience
Mhm.
life. Just like
Yeah.
with Kemper, that's my oldest. He needs to experience life. I'm here if you need
Mhm.
me, if you get in trouble, if you do great things, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm here and we'll get through anything.
Mhm.
So that was a really good
That was
question.
a
I
good
love that.
question.
All right.
So
Well, that was amazing. I don't want it to end, but I've been told we need to wrap it up. I could just sit here and talk to you all day. You're such an awesome, calm spirit. I love what you're doing for the community.
thank you.
Now we're gonna get into how do people find you? Where are you?
I am at Strong Beginnings. So we are off of 8th Avenue and between 28th Street and 24th Street,
Mhm.
but you can call the office. Can I give the number?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
like, do you know it? Because so many people are
I
like, I don't know the
I
number.
do. I know it. 928-782-1338 if you need any information of our services.
What's the address?
The address is 2741 South 8th Avenue, Suite A is
Okay.
our main office, but we also have Suite B.
Mhm.
If you want to learn more about the nonprofit, you can visit sbproject.org. That
And
one I have to.
we'll double check. And what
Yeah.
about, do you have any like social media so people can find you, maybe learn more about you?
About me personally?
All of it.
Oh,
You do have like a bunch of
yes.
profiles.
I,
I'm like, which
That's-
one do I tag? I'm like,
that's my mind all the time. I probably opened like 5,000 businesses in the past 5 years. Okay, so
what's your main one for Strong Beginnings?
it's the Strong Beginnings LLC,
Mhm.
and then the project is SB Project AZ.
Yes, I follow both. I
Yeah.
love watching everything, and
Yeah.
I will be at the next Walk for Autism. I'm
And I
sure it's gonna double in size.
I hope so. And
Where are you
I've
gonna
had-
go if it gets so big?
I don't know yet. So we haven't set the date because we're kind of waiting for that new park.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like it'll be a little far out for people. But again, I'm very thankful to all of our sponsors
Yeah.
that have always sponsored and the providers. And we know, again, it's about building that community.
That's
So I'm
right.
excited for next year.
Well, did you have fun?
I did.
Okay, good. You were crazy nervous. You did so good. No one could even tell you were nervous.
I was shaking. Could you see the
Could you guys
paper?
tell? No, she looks great, right? They're like, no, you hold your composure well, even though you're like, ah. So I'm glad I got you here. You'll be back someday.
Yes.
But anyways, thanks so much for all your wisdom. And that's it. We'll see you guys later. Bye.